So one of my most recent projects was fixing my oven, and it turned out to be an igniter coil, so to speak. I'll put the actual name of it in the title of the video so that people can find it. But here were my symptoms, is my oven ended up breaking. And how it broke was that when we turned on the oven, it would go up to about 130 degrees and then it wouldn't get any higher. And it was a very slow climb to 130 degrees. I think it automatically says 100 on there, and then it just kind of slowly trickled up from there. So I Googled around, couldn't really find much, and then somebody told me to check, I believe it was an igniter, and so I Googled that specifically, and what it is it's the thing that basically turns on and lights the actual oven. It lights the gas that comes out of the tube in the back. I'm obviously super good with the technical jargon. But the idea is that there's a coil in the bottom that heats up when you turn the oven on, and it gets to a certain temperature, and there's an electric sensor that makes sure that it gets to the right temperature before it releases the gas. So it's got a safety sensor on it. And with my particular thing that was going on is something was wrong with the electrical. So the actual coil would light up, but it wouldn't turn on, and in turn it wouldn't actually it wouldn't release the gas, but which made it so the oven wouldn't go on. So it was fiery red, but it would not let out any of the gas, meaning the safety valve was broken. So basically what I ended up doing was looking around. Instead of buying a brand new oven, which was going to cost me like $800, I went inside my oven and fixed it. It was $17, looked at the part, really easy fix. Highly suggest anyone with any know-how, or even not any know-how, because I think that's the point, is like I had no idea what I was doing. So basically, you go in the oven here, whoosh, whoosh. You go in the oven here, down at the back there, you're going to see that there's this plate, and this plate ends up lifting up. And under it, there's going to be a little metal spring, little metal rod, and I can show that in just a second. But it's a little metal rod, and what you end up having to do is you have to slide that out, disconnect it, unscrew two of the little bolts that are there, pull that whole thing out, and then just clip the new one in. It's literally 2 bolts, clip the new one in, stuff it back down in there, and start up the oven again. You can actually see a version of it here. So right there, that little guy is the same thing but for the top. And what you'll do is when you turn on your oven, you'll see that thing turn on and it starts to glow bright red. Then eventually it lets the gas out, and once it lets the gas out, the gas fires, and then you're good to go. However, if your little guy is broken, then what ends up happening is it doesn't let the gas out. It doesn't trip that little safety valve. So the process is really simple. You can Google the actual process, but I suggest doing it. Take this little thing off, slide it forward and then up. There might be 2 bolts down at the back. Then there's 2 little bolts that connect it to the actual mount, and then you just pull the wires out. Now my wires didn't actually want to come out. They were stuck down under there. They were wedged. In the video I watched, it worked perfectly. So what I had to do is I had to open up this drawer, pull this drawer off of its hinge, which was actually really easy. I just went in here and there's like a little clip button on the side, right there, and I just pushed that down, pulled that little warming drawer out, and then went down behind this in there, and down behind it in there was, I could see where it was attached. I just reached in and did that. So that was how I ended up saving $800 or $600 or whatever a new oven would have cost, because we were looking at some fancy ones. Oven works great again, bought the part off Amazon, and there was one part that actually fit multiple different product names, so you just have to look at the actual product name, mine was a GE profile. I looked up the exact part, the part number, and then the one that we ordered actually could fit multiple different models, and it showed all those models. So I just Googled it, put it in Amazon, found it for $17, call it a day. So that was a fantastic project. Never have worked with the stove before. Really easy. You just gotta want to do it. Good luck.